Hi everybody, so I am here and I am about to record some video for my Kickstarter. Me and Lance are wanting to do this indoor play area, and we are wanting to start a Kickstarter for it just to gauge how much interest there is in our city, but also, you know, to raise some funds because it is going to cost us quite a bit, and we want to try to gather as much funds as possible, and then whatever's left over we'll supplement with loans and stuff like that. But you know, loans is getting ourselves into debt, and we want to try to get as much funded as possible without getting into so much debt. So that's why we think that would be smart to do a Kickstarter for this. So one of the things about launching your Kickstarter is doing a project video that really helps, you know, people connect with you and just kind of get a really good verbal sense of what you're trying to accomplish on your Kickstarter. So I'm just going to show you a little bit behind the scenes and give you some tips on what I'm doing to kind of do that project video. Okay, so I've been doing a little bit of research of other people's videos, and it doesn't have, you know, your video can be super simple. We are keeping ours very simple, but the number one thing that you want to make sure is that you have very good audio in your video, so that people can hear you, and so you want to keep it in a very quiet space. I thought about doing this in my house, but you know, I just felt that my kids would be just a little bit too distracting, so I am doing the Kickstarter out of my studio here, so really quiet space. So in order to get good audio, you could do a few different things. You know, a quiet space is one if you don't have a lot of money. Or what you can do is get a microphone. A microphone I think is a little bit better because it kind of really drowns out the background noise. So right now there is AC going on in here, so you won't hear any of that because I have a microphone on me. So a few different things depending on budget. You can just get a simple microphone that plugs into your mic port. And I don't know if you, and it just kind of plugs into your mic port and just wired all the way to your mic port. Okay, and then, or you can get one that's kind of wireless. That's the setup like this. Okay, this one's a Movo one, and you just plug the mic into here. It kind of clips onto your body, and the mic clips onto you, and then you take the other part, the receiver part, and it clips onto your camera. Okay, so that's like 3 different options that you can do as far as microphone goes. If you're on a budget, I just suggest going to buy a simple wired mic from Amazon or something like that. Okay, now as far as lighting setup goes, so I am using this as my key light right here. Okay, and that is just you know, from my photography stuff. It's just a simple light that has 5 bulbs in it. You can buy that off of Amazon if you are into doing a lot of videos. But if you are not, you know, if this is your first video and you are, you know, not going to be doing very many videos after the fact, a big window like this works very well. Okay, the key to it is you want the window to be your key light, right? So that you sit in front of the window, and then you put the camera in front of the window, so now it has nice pretty lighting on you. Okay, all right, so camera setup. Okay, you're gonna see that I have a more professional grade camera. I actually tend to not even like to use my big cameras because they're just so long to set up. You know, I have to set it up, I have to focus it, and then I have to test the audio to make sure it's working and everything like that before I can even start recording. And then, you know, you got the memory cards, and then you don't even know how much time you're taking. So I find that it's a little bit more stressful doing the professional cameras, but the quality is better. So, you know, it's kind of a trade-off. So you can see here, this is my Mark III right here. Okay, and then behind me, I have the Mark II. Okay, all right, but if you're on a budget, then I suggest just using your phone. You know, just something simple and easy. I'm using my phone right now to do this video. So, you know, your phone is a great tool for doing those type of videos, okay? If you have more than one phone, meaning like if you and your husband have a phone or you and your friend have a phone, I do suggest using 2 phones, and I'll tell you the reason why. This goes down to kind of the, I guess, the timing of the video. If you are anything like me, I generally do more than 1 take for a video. It's only because sometimes I hate the way I sound or I hate what I said. So I stopped the video and then restarted again. But that can take a lot of time, you know, if you're doing more than one take. And right now I only have about an hour to do this. So I really want to keep it down to as little takes as possible. So if you do 2 cameras, that will allow you to cut from one camera to the other. And then it will feel very seamless as when the editing comes. And that way you can just kind of ramble on and just cut out the parts that you don't want. So you've seen videos where, you know, they just have one stagnant camera and they don't really like what they said, so they just cut out that one part and then it just jumps onto the next part. It's not very a seamless flow. So what you can do is you can do 2 cameras at 2 different angles, and then that way you can just cut out the part that you don't like and then switch to the other camera, and it feels a lot more seamless. They call that, I think my husband said they call that B-roll or something like that. So that's what we're doing here. So we're going to do this as the main camera right here, and this is going to be my backup camera, and then I might even put my phone right here where I'm standing right here, just kind of like for a 3rd angle, and you know, see how that goes, or you know, just use it as behind the scene video or whatever. Okay, so I'm using a tripod right here to focus. That's going to be me. Okay, I want to focus on my eyeballs. I just kind of put it up where I was going to be sitting, and I kind of put the little area of where my eyeballs are going to be, and I focus the camera on that right there. Okay, and then I'm going to sit there and then just kind of test the lighting and everything like that. So it's really good idea to kind of print out or type out or write out what you are wanting to say, so that we can kind of keep yourself on track. Not saying that you have to go directly as script, but I did write out a little bit of something that I want to talk about, just to keep my video kind of concise, on point, and to basically make sure that I hit all the points that I want to. I'm not, you know, ramble on and on. I probably will go a little bit off script, but I want to make sure that I kind of keep my video under 2 minutes, because I don't want to go on and on forever like I am doing right now. Okay, so I have all that going. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just continue testing this audio right here, and then sit down and make sure that I'm lit correctly. And once I do that, then I will start recording this current video right here. Any other things that I want to add before I sign off here? I don't really think I do. Okay. All right. So I think that's it. I kind of feel like I'm forgetting something. Obviously. Okay. Oh, just one more thing. I guess I wanted to give you a little bit of tips on the script, I guess. Okay, so you want to keep your script kind of short and concise, right? I researched some videos. Look at a few Kickstarter videos, or a few videos that have been successful, or even ones that aren't successful, or ones that have funded, I guess I would say. And then just see kind of what they said. So you know, want to start off with introducing yourself, just a short description of yourself and what your Kickstarter is about, just very short what your Kickstarter is about. And then, you know, for me, I went into kind of like an about me section, you know, just a little bit about me. Just don't give the whole world, you know, just, you know, just a few things that really is important that you want to highlight about yourself, just so that people can connect with you. And then after that, you want to talk a little bit about, you know, your Kickstarter and your goals for your Kickstarter and what your Kickstarter is going to include. And then at the end, you just want to make sure that you ask people to back you, or even share your page, something like that. Call for action, that's what they call it. You do that on your website and stuff like that too. So you want to make sure that you ask, because what's the number one rule? If you don't ask, you will not receive. So just make sure that you have that. So I'm going to go ahead and start that. This video is already 9 minutes long, so it's already gone on a little bit too long. But hopefully you guys will visit our Kickstarter. I will link it below. Talk to you next time. Bye!